Hello everyone and welcome back to Legends of Wildemount, our little Wildemount campaign, our short little digestible Wildemount campaign. Some announcements before we begin. As always, just check out our podcast stuff, please. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Podbean for Mimics and Monstrosities. You can listen up to episode 59 of Beneath the Tide. Episode 60 will be out tomorrow, and you can listen to our backlog of Demystifying DMing, and get ready for whenever those will come out. And also expect this little campaign, Legends of Wildemount, to also make the transition over to the podcast format. So essentially, any new game that we start on the channel, it's going to be put over to the podcast format to get more people tuning in. What else? That's it. And apologies for no Soldiers of the Lich Queen for the last 2 weeks. Just some, oh, hold on a second. Yeah, cool. Never mind. Just some personal stuff happening. We should be recording a one-shot this Friday for Soldiers of the Lich Queen to put out on a Sunday that we can't play. So if there's a Sunday that we can't play, expect a fun little one-shot to be put up. Level 20 one-shot. Anyways, without further ado. Last time, we kind of started this campaign. We started Legends of Wildemount with you all arriving in Deastok for your own reasons. And you all sort of congregated in the middle of this market square in Deastok, and were drawn to this strange pitch from a potion salesman, an elixir salesman, who was selling this potion that could cure all ailments and other things. And the crowd began drinking these potions down without much question, without much thought. And the scene shifted with you all sort of moving through the marketplace to do your own business. After a bit, you guys encountered a guard vomiting in an alleyway, mentioning that the last thing he remembers was drinking this potion, and he got violently ill. And while you were taking care of this guard, this Crownsguard, a scream was heard from the nearby general store, and rushing over to the general store, you discovered that the owner of the general store had torn his own face off and was becoming extremely hostile, but was quickly knocked out. Relatively quickly. Because he is just a commoner. Bringing the unconscious guard away from his family, the family telling you all the details what you needed, he just went crazy, ripped his face off, and started becoming violent. You took the unconscious store owner outside into the marketplace to find 6 of these Crownsguard, also having torn their own faces off and attacking civilians, killing citizens of Deastok with their spears. After a short engagement, you all sort of non-lethally dispatched the guards as evidence, maybe? As a large cluster of Crownsguard showed up, their spears drawn, coming to see what this commotion was all about. And that is where we're going to pick up the session. Immediately, as more of these Crownsguard swarm with their spears out towards all of you. The citizens are all kind of like scattering, and like some are scattering, some are kind of kneeling over their fallen loved ones and friends. Others are kind of just hiding behind stalls and in alleyways. And one of the guards kind of just goes, "What's going on here?"
Thank God you're all here. Everyone get a body and we'll take him to a cleric right away.
Why are you ordering us?
Well, don't you want to get these people to safety?
The guards
These people are very injured.
The guards kind of look around, and they're eyeing you suspiciously, specifically. Because it's not often they see someone of Drow descent in the Empire, and a bunch of guards are now injured and heavily wounded.
Vinlock is going to take that as a cue and start to, he's going to put his bow away, and he's going to, pick a dude, even though he knows he can't do it, he's going to, start moving the bodies. So it's, all of the unconscious ones, and just kind of, being like, "Oh, here we go."
Well, put your weapons away.
Yeah, he's going to put the Morning Star, clip it to, essentially tie it to his band or his belt. Put the shield up.
And there's about 15 guards now kind of congregating on the square. And just, put your weapons away, now.
Yes, sir. Done.
Right. All right, he's gonna grab two of the crowns. He's gonna grab two of the Crownsguard that's on the ground and heave them up, almost like rag dolls.
Lindak will
I'm
grab
gonna
one
start
too, throw it
trying to
over his
kind of-
shoulder.
All right. And the head of the guard just says, "Stop! Stop! Stop!"
We got to get these guys fixed up.
Well, first we need to make sure you're not the ones who did it.
There's the general store. Ask the woman and the child.
And the head of this group of guards points towards two of them. They kind of wander off towards the general store.
We never got that other guard's name that you helped, right, Enak? Enak?
You guys did not.
No. No.
There was another of you guards that was ill, but had not yet torn their own face off.
They kind of like look like, "What do you mean?" And the guard, the head of this group, kind of approaches and starts examining the guards, and he can see clearly their faces have been torn off. And he can definitely see wounds where they've been slashed and bludgeoned and shot with arrows. All right. He kind of whistles, and some of the guards kind of gather, and they motion for you all to kind of step back from the bodies, and they start lifting up the bodies themselves.
Vinlock just lets a leg go kaplunk.
And he's gonna gently set the two unconscious ones down and like lean them up against each other.
Okay.
Yeah,
And,
Lindak offers the one he's holding to one of the
Okay.
guards.
And the guards start
Here,
lifting. Yeah, the guards start like lifting up the bodies on their shoulders. The blood is still kind of like oozing down their armor.
What
The
about
two
the
come.
general store owner? Should I get him?
Yes.
I could carry him.
Yes.
Okay. It's gonna
And,
go over.
Eventually, the two guards come up from the general store, and they. Oh yeah, they're telling the truth. I guess the general store owner went crazed and ripped his own face off and attacked his family. So it seems to correlate here. And he nods and says, "Okay, you watch over the family here. Make sure nothing else happens. Tend to the wounded here in the square. All right." And he kind of makes half of the group that he has with him kind of separate off and start to deal with the wounded and the dead in this square. And he says, "You four with me now." And he turns and starts walking. And
Where are we going?
barracks now.
Barracks.
Yes.
That's better than the prisons. Come on, let's go.
It's okay.
And he whistles again, and some of the guards kind of just like all like gently nudge you all in the back with the blunt end of their spears. Just come on, let's go.
All right. He's gonna tote the unconscious general store owner
Okay.
along.
And you guys start getting led to the barracks, which are not too far away, kind of on they're heading towards the eastern gates of the city, the jeweled gates. So basically the gates you all kind of came through to come into Deastok. The way out is through the eastern gates, so they lead towards you guys towards the eastern gates and into the barracks. And the guard kind of says, "Okay, we're going to speak to you one-on-one, each of you, to make sure the story corroborates. Make sure none of you, well, have time to rehearse a story together." And he points to Talindra. Actually, looks around, points to Enak. "We'll take you first. Guards,
Right.
make sure they don't do anything strange. Put them in the infirmary with the others just to be safe." And the guard, one of the captain of the guard, kind of grabs Enak and just says, "Come with me." And the other guards kind of motion for Vinlock, Lindak, and Talindra to kind of come with them to the infirmary in the barracks. "With us, come on." And Vinlock, Lindak, and Talindra, you guys get led into this area of the barracks where a bunch of these wounded guards are unconscious, and they're kind of strapped. They're not strapped down, but they're down on little cots, and the general store owner is also like being put onto a cot. And other individuals from the city, you can see other citizens who have peeled their faces off, are now kind of being gathered and put onto these cots, all unconscious. Put onto these cots. It looks like the people that the guards handled have more bludgeons than stab wounds. But they're all kind of laid out, and the guards just say, "The three of you can sit over there."
Point of order, sorry. You were aware that when they were conscious, they were quite violent. Why are they not restrained?
Well, the ones we found weren't violent.
It's because they were unconscious.
The ones we found weren't unconscious.
Well, the ones that you found around us, you might want to tie them up a bit. They seemed a bit, stabby. They killed quite a few people before we got there.
Persuasion check.
Oh shit. Was Lindak helping me at all?
Yes, I'll say he was helping you, so advantage.
Okay. Ooh, good. All right, I'll roll again just to see. All right, rolled a 19 and got a +1, so 20.
Okay. He's like, all right. And he kind of motions for one of the other guards. Tie up the guards, the ones we found, leave them be. And the guard's like, oh, okay. And he takes it, like, he starts, like, looking around for, like, grabs, like, some bed sheets from the other empty cots and starts, like, tying their wrists and ankles up to the beds to make sure they can't get free. He's like, all right.
And he would probably see Vinlock just kind of exhale as, like, ugh.
And he's like, all right, yes, three of you, there's a room you can sit in. Before anything, I will need to confiscate all your weapons just to be safe. Anyone but Crownsguard are not allowed to have weaponry on them in this place. Should we find that you don't mean us any harm, or mean the citizens any harm, your weapons will be given back to you post-haste. Most haste.
How long will we be waiting here for?
Depends how long these discussions are going to take.
This all seems highly unnecessary.
Highly unnecessary. A bunch of guards were just attacked, and a bunch of citizens were just murdered, and you were all their weapons drawn.
Yes,
Sorry
you've
if we're
already
taking
confirmed our
precautions.
story.
Yes, I've heard your story, but I haven't corroborated it with others.
Fine.
Vinlock is already, like, taking everything off.
And you see they're being very careful with it. They're, like, putting it in a safe place, like a little log box outside of this room they're ushering you towards.
Thank you. That is a one of a kind, right there.
We will take care of it.
All right.
And they look to Lindak. Your weapons, please.
All right. Passes him his long sword and his warhammer.
Vinlock
crossbow.
is going to neglect or forget the one in his boot, the dagger in his boot.
We'll say sleight of hand check to kind of hide it a little.
Oh, to like, okay, shuffle.
Yeah.
All right.
Against the guard's passive perception.
Yeah, but he's doing it in a way that, like, he's not. When I say that, I just meant, like, visually, he's not doing anything. It's just like a lack of movement to his boot.
Okay, then I'll just make a perception check then. So
yeah.
no sleight of hand check at all then.
That's fine.
It's a 14. Looks down at you.
You could probably.
Dagger.
Oh, yes. I had forgotten about that. Thank you.
And he'll kind of grimace and be like,
Just taking precautions.
Yeah.
Also, in case any of you are infected in some possible way. And takes a dagger and kind of puts it in the thing. Takes Lindak's longsword, warhammer, maul, crossbow, whatever Lindak's handing over, and he looks to Talindra. Your weapons, please.
Give him my weapons. Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay, come with me. And he leads you into this room adjacent to the infirmary. And you guys see there's benches and there's chairs kind of set up. And he says, just take a seat wherever you please. We'll get with you shortly.
All right. Lindak flops into a chair.
Okay. What about the other two?
I don't sit. I just stand with my arms crossed.
Okay. He nods. Appreciate the he looks at Lindak and Vinlock. Appreciate you two cooperating so nicely.
Vinlock is going at that moment and everything. He's going to have a look around, and pull out his little compact, like check himself, but also his surroundings behind him and things like that.
It's a small room with no windows and just the one door.
Okay.
Bare room,
Cool.
just chairs and tables. And
Excellent.
the guard nods, closes the door, and you hear a as he locks it, and turns and starts walking back into the infirmary to kind of keep guard. He's standing just outside the door, so he's keeping guard of just the infirmary and you guys. Meanwhile, Enak, you're pulled into the captain's quarters of the barracks, and he's like, before I begin, I will have to confiscate your weapons as well.
Oh,
My guard should have done this already, but I seem like they forgot in the whole mix-up of things.
all right. He sets his heavy morning star down. I had 2 hand axes, but I used them to subdue the others. Could I get those back?
If we find them in the attack, and we don't deem you and your friends a threat, of course.
They're probably lodged in 2 of them.
Ah, well then they're probably already confiscated then.
Okay. Do you need my shield too?
No.
Okay. Well, that's it.
Do you plan to bludgeon people to death with your shield?
I mean, no.
All right. He kind of eyes you mysterious just for a second and goes, so,
Mm-hmm.
explain to me the details, the events of what transpired up to this attack.
How far do you want me to go? Like,
Also,
me waking up?
you're aware that the people we caught you with, one of them, he kind of looks around, is a Kryn
A what?
operative, we think, we suspect.
Oh, the
Drow don't come to the Empire very often, and if they do, they're generally doing something for the Kryn dynasty. And as you know, the Empire and the dynasty are in open war with them right now. So,
I've heard.
you can understand why we're a little apprehensive and hesitant right now.
Yeah, no, I understand. She helped though. So,
Well, of course, an operative would definitely help the problem if they started, don't you think?
yeah, that sounds, okay.
But either way,
From the beginning.
you're not with the Kryn, are you?
I don't think so. No.
Insight check. He's gonna be all right. Good. So yes, tell me everything that happened leading up to this attack. I don't need that story of your whole day. I just need the last couple minutes or so before this happened.
Okay, I'll go a little bit further because we visited a blacksmith. I'll skip over that. Okay, so gathered some goods. There was a salesman talking about night terror potion.
The salesman.
I don't have.
What about him?
Well, he was selling this potion. He had a horse. I don't really remember much details. Humans and groundwalkers tend to be all the same for me. But anyway, he pulled me aside. I didn't have night terrors. Then he pulled the other 3. We didn't have them, but others did apparently. And they were drinking it and consuming it. I saw some of your guards and some other civilians.
Were any of the guards perchance the ones that are now in the infirmary?
Yes, there was, well, not in the infirmary. There was one that I healed that we found in an alley that I do recall, and I managed to purge the poison, or I assume, or the toxins from his system. We saw him first, and then we heard a yell, and I ran in and subdued the general store owner.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were tying him up to bring him to the temple, me and the others heard another scream and yells. So we ran outside and we witnessed 6 of your men, the ones in the infirmary, assaulting civilians. So we helped. We made sure not to harm them in a way that would kill them. And yeah, that's it. Oh, one more thing. The one that I purged the poison or whatever it was from his system, he did say that only the things that he ate that was different than any other day was that potion. So I think the potion is bad.
We'll look into it. Do you know any details? So you don't know what this salesman looked like? You don't remember?
Probably one of my other companions. I haven't been down from the mountain for a while, for a long bit. So you all tend to kind of blend. So you're same height, same colorations in skin. It's very the ones that I'm with are probably the oddest looking individuals I've met. But
and how long have you been with them?
I met the little one, the gnome. I met him. He was selling locks, and I wanted to get a lock from him, so I took him to the blacksmith.
Locks. Interesting. Okay.
Locksmith, I think is what he referred to himself as. And then Lindak met us at the blacksmith.
And which one is Lindak?
The pretty
yes.
one.
Okay.
Well, they're all beauty subjective. Anyway, he met us, and he's trying to sell a horse, and it wasn't really selling, and so we kind of spoke there, and Tanal was, I don't know where she was, to be honest. And then I watched.
What did you say the Drow's name was?
No, her name is Tal, not Tanal.
Tal. All right. Do any of these individuals, do you know if they have last names at all?
Sure. Again, we don't have last names where I'm from. So you may, but I focus on the main name.
All right.
The first.
And your name is?
Enak.
Enak. I will write that down in the report.
I'm a Goliath, by the way. I don't know if you...
I know what you are. I've seen your kind. Yes, I've seen your kind. All right. If you could send in one of the others next, I'd like to speak to the handsome one, the pretty one.
All right.
Your weapons will be given back when this investigation is over.
Looks down at his... Okay. All right. And he gets up.
He
turns and
opens the door for you.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, they're in the infirmary, just down the hall. Open door, can't miss it. One of my guards is guarding the room they're in. He'll let you in. You'll have to stay in that room until the investigation is over. Well, not the investigation, obviously. That'll take forever. Just this discussion with your companions.
Do you have a privy?
We do.
May I use it first?
Yes, and he points to another guard. Go with him.
Thank you.
And the guard's like, this way! And leads you down another hall. And he's like, all right, the privy is just outside.
All right.
I'll be watching you.
Okay. He's going to go in and close the door.
He stands right outside the door.
Yeah. He's going to use Divine Sense. And he's going to see, I want to know, are there any within 60 feet of him, are there any celestials, fiends, or undeads?
You detect a little tinge of undead, but... Does it tell you the exact direction, or if it's just within 60 feet?
It says you know the location of any fiend or...
Tinge of undead in the infirmary.
Oh my god.
Are you done in there yet?
Yes. Yes. Okay. He's gonna excuse me. Where's the infirmary? Can we go fast now,
Oh,
please?
yes.
He wipes
This way?
a bit of blood from his eye again.
Oh, he must have strained really hard. This way.
I did.
And he walks into the back into the building, and he leads you into the infirmary. And you can see just more unconscious people in the beds. More have been added now, more townsfolk and stuff. And
I could help with the sick.
That's all right.
I'm really good with medicine and patching people up.
That's all right. We need you in the room with your companions for the moment.
Okay.
And the guard nods, opens the door for you to step in.
Steps in. Lindak, you're up.
All right.
Good
And
luck.
The guard starts to lead Lindak towards the captain's quarters. They lock the door, and you guys watch as Enak just kind of comes in and sits down.
Hey. Are we in a room by ourselves?
Yeah, just the three of you, and there's a guard station just outside the door.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Vinlock, Tanal, come here. Come here. Closer.
Yes?
Closer. It's a secret. There's undead in the other room.
What do you mean?
I can sense undead coming from, and he points to the door. Just a bit.
Would I have heard of undead?
Most
Like,
likely. There's
so I
tons of
know.
those. There's tons
Okay.
of those where you're from. Well,
Okay.
not tons, but you would have most likely heard of them, encountered them, possibly heard stories.
Okay. All right.
Level 2,
All right.
right? Or level 3? I can't remember.
Level 3.
There we go. Level 3. Of course.
That doesn't sound good.
I tried to stay behind to investigate further, but they wouldn't let me. Oh, Tao, I don't think they like you here.
No, I wouldn't expect them to.
Okay, just be extra.
Hey, why don't
Why?
you tell the guards that there's undead?
Then they're gonna ask me how I know.
How do you know?
Oh, I forgot you were gonna ask me too. I just have abilities.
Excuse me?
He's gonna pull the chain up with the symbol really quickly and then drop it down. You would have seen what looks to be a female face, silver, but covered the eyes is a cloth. It looks like it's supposed to be cloth, but it's like opal. And then running from beneath the eye coverings, there's these rubies that appear to be like blood droplets going down her cheeks. Then he drops it back. I have abilities from her.
Which god is this? I'm not familiar.
She's not a god.
Oh.
You can't tell anybody.
I wasn't planning on it.
Thank you. You too, Vinlock.
I wouldn't even know what to tell them, frankly.
Okay.
Since we're telling secrets, name's Gravel. Hold on to this for me.
And he hands you a pouch of gold that he had taken off of someone the other day.
Just hang on to that, would you?
Tie it up to his little. All right. Gravel.
Gravel.
Okay. Your voice sounds different.
I'm Vinlock.
Oh,
All right.
Are you okay? Did you have the potion too?
No,
Okay.
I am here for my own reasons.
Locks, right. Okay.
And
Good news is, we'll be getting yours soon, hopefully, if our old blacksmith friend wasn't hurt in the scuffle.
Dieter.
Dieter, indeed, yes.
And while you guys are having this discussion, Lindak is eventually brought into the captain's quarters. The door is closed behind him, and the captain motions for Lindak to sit in front of him.
Index sits.
So, you must be the one called Lindak.
I am Lindak.
Do you have a last name, Lindak?
I do.
And it is... It's for the report.
Ardorim.
Ardorim. Thank you. He writes it down. So, how well do you know the others with you?
Well as you can know somebody you've only known for a couple of hours.
Do you know their names by any chance?
I believe the female is Tal, and the short one is Vinlock, and the very large person is Enak.
All right, that corroborates. And you do realize the one you were found with, is one of the Drow.
I do believe Tal is Drow, yes.
You know, a member of the Kryn dynasty, most likely. The filth of the Kryn dynasty and such like that. Open war, you know how it is.
I've heard.
When we're asking kind of everyone that kind of comes through here, you're not a member of the Kryn dynasty, a Kryn operative by any chance, are you?
Oh, absolutely not.
He kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. All right. How did you happen upon Deastok? I haven't seen you around before. Or often, rather.
No, I've been here a few days.
Where did you come from?
Out of town.
Out of town, whereabouts?
Oh, far away.
And where is far away?
In a direction.
I'm gonna need some solid answers here. As you can understand, the situation is very dire, and we want to rule out all suspects.
Why are we suspects? We didn't kill anyone.
Well, you were
we
found.
actually made purpose not to kill anyone.
Well, you were found at the scene with a possible Kryn operative, so you can see why we're a little on edge.
Yeah, I can understand.
So, Lindak, where exactly do you come from?
I come from east of here.
East of here.
I do, yes.
Any name for the place you come from?
Well, basically, I come from Jorhas.
And he just goes silent. Jorhas. That is Kryn territory.
It is. You don't actually believe that everybody who lives in the country is an operative?
No. But it's just...
I was traveling with my business partner.
Ah,
We got waylaid. He died. I just kept coming this way. And I now have a horse for sale. Would you be interested in buying a horse?
we have enough horses in the
How could you
Crownsguard.
possibly have enough horses?
Because we have enough for everyone here in the Crownsguard. What was your business?
We were searching for sellables.
Give me a persuasion check. Based on the whole avoiding some of the questions and whatnot.
Sellables.
And sellables.
10.
10. Rolled a 7 for insight. Alright, alright. You can understand why we're a little on edge, you know, open war and everything, and there are peace talks going on currently with the with King Dwendal and the Bright Queen, I believe she's called. So hopefully
That's good. Peace would be good.
It would be
good for business.
But unfortunately, if we find out this is a Kryn sort of attack, that'll fall through, and we will have to report it. Which you can also see why we're so hesitant and on edge about a Drow openly traveling in Empire territory. Very strange. But hopefully, if these peace talks go well, we'll have nothing to worry about.
Absolutely. That would be very, very good.
Now, apologies for this question, and if it's intrusive. How did your friend end up deceased, if you don't mind me asking?
We were waylaid on the road during a camp. We woke up to find some, I suppose I should call them people, attacking us in our sleep.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear this. Whereabouts was this?
East of here on the trail.
Well,
About a week east.
a week east. Any descriptions of these individuals who attacked you?
Well, they were. It was dark, and I was busy trying to protect my life and my friend's life, and I'm not really sure even if they were human or what they were actually.
All right, all right. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you.
Now, before I let you go, what were the events leading up to this encounter? Anything stand out specifically? The Goliath Enak spoke of a salesman, a potion salesman that stood out.
Oh, yes,
and that
the
most of the guards
salesman.
that drank
Skinny
this...
little human guy.
Ah, skinny, excellent. He mentioned that most of the afflicted guards we have currently in the infirmary were ones to drink an elixir.
I wasn't paying too much attention. His voice was grating on my ears, and I just
grating
kind
voice.
of ignored what was going on. I do believe there were some people. I did turn around and watch when Vinlock got up on stage to talk, but other than that, I didn't pay too much attention.
So no features that you could tell us of this individual.
Vinlock, he's short and
Not Vinlock, the salesman.
like I said, I wasn't paying too much attention. He asked me a question, and I kind of fluffed him off and didn't stop really
All right.
for anything.
All right. We're going to send you back to the infirmary. Could you send Vinlock over next, please?
Sure, absolutely.
Once we speak to the final two, Vinlock and the one you call Tal, I believe, we should be able to send you all go if we don't notice anything, find anything suspicious or... well, suspicious.
I understand perfectly.
And he stands up and opens the door, and the guard by the door motions for you to follow him.
Lindak stands up and exits, follows the guard.
And that guard eventually leads you back to the infirmary. Oh, the door to the infirmary gets unlocked, and Lindak, you get pushed in gently, led in to the...
Tal, they would like to speak to you next.
They wanted Vinlock.
Ah, right, Vinlock.
Oh, me? All right.
Good luck.
Ugh.
And the guard motions for Vinlock to follow, and then Lindak...
Vinlock will give Enak a look. And then...
Smiles.
Mhm.
Okay. And yeah, the door closes again and locks, and Lindak, you can find a seat with the other two.
Tal, I must warn you, they seem to be very suspicious of you.
Muted.
Muted. Muted.
Muted. There you go.
There we go. I have heard this already. It's
Yes, it
nothing more
seems
than
to
I
have to do with your heritage, I think.
I suspected as much.
You guys remember who Russell was? Was that the general store owner?
I believe so.
I believe
Okay,
that was his
I
name.
thought so. I was thinking that was the guard, but it's not. Yeah, I agree. I don't. Oh, Lindak, also, come here. One really quick. I'm going to tell you.
Mhm.
There's undead presence in the infirmary. Don't ask me how I know. I just do.
I will believe you then.
Okay.
And Vinlock is eventually led. Vinlock is eventually led to the captain's quarters, and the door is open, and you're gestured to go inside.
Ah, excellent. Okay.
Vinlock, it is. Please take a seat. We have much to discuss.
And he's just gonna kind of point to the seat because it doesn't go up to the table.
Right.
I'll just stand
Yeah,
on the chair.
Great. Sure. I could also
he'll
stand and talk to you, but if this is what you prefer. All right. Hello. Tricky things to talk about today. Your companions, how long have you known them? That we found you with?
What would qualify as a companion? I've known them for maybe an hour, 2 hours?
Okay, so just no attachments. All right. Do you know their names?
I definitely know this Goliath fella named Enak.
And the other two.
He's my first patron. I'm locksmith, by the way, by trade.
Wonderful. And the other two, what are their names? Do you know by any chance?
I actually do know their names. The Drow introduced herself as Tal.
Any last name there? Just Tal.
Just Tal.
Interesting. Okay.
Believe me, I would have known if she had told me more. We
Great.
always have a thing with names. And then there was Lindak.
All right, that checks out with everyone else's story. And so I can assume you're here for your locks business.
Yes. I heard that Deastok was a town just brimming with opportunity for a locksmith.
All right. And where do you hail from?
Hupperduke.
Hupperduke.
Yes. Us rock gnomes usually stick together, but, I need to branch out.
Yes, quite. Do you have a last name, Vinlock?
Feldspar.
Feldspar. He wrote that down on the in his document. So, I don't know if you're aware.
F-E.
I can probably sound it out.
Okay.
Now, you were seen in the acquaintance with someone we believe. We don't have, evidence or anything. And as one of your companions so kindly told us, just because someone is from a region doesn't mean they are part of this group. But it's very rare for one of the Drow to make their way into Empire territory. And as you know, or you may not be aware of, we are currently in open war with the Kryn dynasty, which is mostly Drow, goblins, other
So you think
sorts.
she's a spy?
We think she might be an operative. We can't confirm it otherwise, but things are lining up. The peace treaties are going on right now with the Empire, with King Dwendal and the Bright Queen, the leader of the Kryn dynasty. And it's just very interesting that we find her in the middle of this whole incident.
While this guy is speaking,
Yeah.
can I figure out any details about him? Like maybe what he had for breakfast this morning,
His breath
or
smells
like any.
his breath smells like probably bacon and eggs.
Can I get any other I guess insight into how he operates?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Uh, 19.
19. Seems to want to do his job correctly, safely, to ensure safety for the people. He seems very much like a man just doing his job. He doesn't seem hostile in any way. He just wants to protect the people of his city. And he does appear a little bit on edge because of the peace talks going on that he mentioned. And you get the idea he probably wants those peace talks to go well, so the whole thought and whatnot of fear and of open war can kind of just go away. And you can see he doesn't want this to be true, that there is a Kryn operative in the city, but he is worried that there might be. And that he will have to report it if true.
I can tell you're a man that cares about his job and about the duty.
Of course.
And I can tell that there is a lot of stress right now on you.
There is.
From what I can divulge, it might not be best to immediately capture a spy, but to perhaps watch them.
Persuasion check.
Right, there it is. 50-50, 11.
11. You make some good points. I still would like to question her, though.
Excellent.
To cover all grounds.
Perhaps we might be able to set up some form of discourse or long distance correspondence in regards to the goings on of this questionable person. I too care about the community that I live in.
I'll think about it.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm not done.
know anybody who needs some locks?
I'm not done my questions, unfortunately.
Yo.
I just want to see if everything corroborates and you're all telling the same story. One of your friends was a little evasive answering questions.
Mm-hmm.
The other, don't mean any disrespect, seemed kind of dim. Can you... And they both spoke of a salesman of elixirs. And
Yeah,
that
the
most
one
of
with the scar.
Scar. And you write that down. They said most of the guards that partook in these elixirs were the ones laying in the infirmary. Can you tell me any details of this individual more than a scar? I have he was scrawny, and that he has a scar, but nothing beyond that.
Did I get a look at his hair?
You were right beside him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What do you remember?
Personally, gosh, it's been a week.
I know.
I don't have an image in my head.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I just remember he had a
You're one of
scar.
the only ones who went up to him and actually kind of remembered things.
Yeah, I went up and like shook his hand and everything.
He was in his early 50s.
Yeah.
Shoulder-length black hair with wisps of gray. Green eyes that appeared kind, and he had crow's feet.
Okay.
A black pencil mustache, a pointed goatee, jagged scar above his left eye.
The glasses, pince-nez.
And pince-nez glasses.
I remember that.
Pince-nez, yes. Not many people wear those glasses, so yeah.
Yeah.
So you say this to him, and he goes, "All right, interesting. Did he happen to leave his name at all?" He did not.
Yeah.
He didn't. I would have remembered.
All right. And what were you doing up until this incident occurred with the individuals, the guards attacking everyone?
Trying to sell locks. Actually, if you could, I know that you can't really spare the guards now, but if you do get a moment, and if I'm still, contained, I'd like to check on my craft, my vehicle, so to speak, just on the edge of town as you come in.
I'm sure it's quite fine. There's not much crime in Deastok. Aside from this incident. Once this is all taken care of, we can most certainly take you to your craft.
Thank you.
I'd like to speak to this one they call Tal.
Ah, yes.
And he'll like do a wink.
All right, he nods at you and kind of, all right, and he walks towards the door, opens it, and gestures for the guard in front of the door to lead you back to the room where everyone else is. And as you're being led back, give me a perception check.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
right when I get into that infirmary, since I already know that there's supposed to
And
be
sometimes
something
past
undead there.
things, so yeah,
I'm doing a-
some time has passed, so give me a perception check.
All right. Perception. Ooh, okay. I was like spinning right next to the natural one, and it flipped over to. I got an 18.
Minor sense of decay, but it's there. Of
Can I
what-
get a direction? Doesn't have to be exact. Just like a.
permeating? It's like a permeation. Like it's a faint smell, but it seems it might be coming from every single one of these individuals in the infirmary. And as of right now, there are 15 bodies. They all appear to be breathing and everything, but just a stench of rot and decay.
But then it was told that there was undead in here.
A tinge of undead.
Yeah. So Vinlock sees how many guards around him?
There are currently... So there's two exits. There's the one that leads to the toilets, whatever the fuck they're called now.
Privies.
Yeah. There's 2 guards by that door. There's 2 guards by the door that leads back into the city. There are 2 guards in front of the captain's door where he is now. So he's still in that room. And then there's 1 guard in front of the door where your friends are currently being held.
So 7.
7 guards, and there's like 15 or so figures in this infirmary currently.
All right.
And only the 6 guards are the ones tied up.
Any of y'all smell that?
Smell what?
That's real bad. Do you know where that's coming from? That smells real bad.
No, don't smell nothing.
All right.
Well, I can't be smelling things like that in an infirmary. That's a smell of
Yeah, don't smell
something
nothing. Let's
nasty.
go. And he leads you to the door where your friends are, unlocks it, gesture for you to get inside.
Oh boy.
And as you all would have seen this, beside him on a table outside the door is the chest where all of your weapons are currently being held. And he gestures for you inside.
When I saw them doing that stuff, would I have seen where they are? Would I have seen who is carrying the keys to
They're all
that
carrying
chest?
a set of keys.
Okay. Cool.
And you get led into the little room. The captain wants to speak too, and he points to Talindra. You!
All right. I stand and I follow.
Alright, as she leaves, he closes the door, locks it again, and you guys see Vinlock, now known as someone else, enters the room and sits down.
How'd it go?
Quite well. We have rapport.
Oh, I'm nervous for her. She seems unkind. Okay.
I mean, she could be a spy. Who knows?
I believe she can handle herself.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yes.
I did smell something quite bad out there. You might be onto something, Enak.
What? You smelled something, you said?
Yeah, something real bad.
Takes like a big, long whiff.
Can't smell anything from this room.
It's not in here, so it's not one of us.
And eventually, Tal, you're led to the captain's quarters. The door gets open, and you get gestured to come inside. And the captain's kind of sitting at the table, kind of looking over his notes. He goes, "Please come in and sit down."
All right, I do so.
All right. What are you doing in Deastok?
I'm here studying
Studying what?
music
With whom?
with Madame La Charme. Perhaps you've heard of her.
I have. Very reputable.
Very.
So would she know who you are if I questioned her?
Yes, absolutely.
And what would she say your name was?
She said my name is Tal. That's my name.
Do you have a last name?
I do.
What is it?
Zinran.
Zinran. All right. This guy sucks at insight.
Do you want me to do a...
Oh, no.
Okay.
All right. Now, where do you come from?
I come from Rosanna.
He gets more silent. Rosanna.
Mm-hmm. Is it a crime to be from there?
No, but during events happening currently, I'm sure you know of the war between the Kryn dynasty and the Empire currently,
I am well aware.
and how dangerous it is for you to be here.
Yes, I can assure you I am not involved in any kind of politics.
Persuasion check.
How good is my persuasion?
You're a bard, hopefully good.
Probably pretty good. 17?
Okay. All right. All right. So you're here studying music.
I can play for you if that'll help my case.
That's fine. I believe you. Not many people from your area know of
aware.
Madame Le Charmé. So
She will remember me.
For your sake, I hope so. So you can understand why we're so on edge currently. The peace talks are going on with the Bright Queen and King Dwendal, and if they go south, then all of this is for nothing. So I have to make sure that no Kryn operatives are here in the city, and this is not a Kryn plot, the whole scene we have playing before us. So, how long have you known the individuals you were found with?
I've met them today.
And their names are...
From what I can recall, it was an Enak,
Okay.
Vinlock,
Okay.
and Lindak, I believe.
That corresponds. All right. Now, you said you're from Rosanna, correct?
Yes, I am.
This Lindak individual mentioned he's from Xhorhas.
Yes.
In your travels in that area, have you seen him at all?
Not that I can recall.
Okay. All right. Tell me, what happened what do you remember before the events that transpired in the shopping district?
Up until that moment, I was just wandering, and then I saw a man being ill, so I thought I would go to investigate.
Right.
And then he ran off, and we heard some sort of commotion.
And your friends mentioned some of these guards that were in question for this attack had drank in an elixir earlier that day. Is this correct?
It's entirely possible. I believe there were people drinking elixirs.
And do you know what this individual looked like? The salesman of these elixirs?
I remember glasses.
Glasses. Were they small glasses,
Yeah,
big
sort of
glasses?
Small glasses.
All right. How old did you say this individual was?
I don't remember, to be honest.
All right.
Is this all?
Yes. For your safety, though, until these peace talks are done, I recommend not keeping a low profile, but maybe don't be so rude.
Well, I suppose that depends on how I'm treated.
Yes, that makes sense. My apologies. Sorry, I'm very nervous. I don't want this to be a Kryn plot, if you can understand where I'm coming
I can
from.
understand that. May I go now?
Yes, please go back to the infirmary with your friends, that room they're in. One of my guards will escort you, and we'll get into the process of putting this paperwork through, investigating this individual you spoke of, and hopefully by this evening we can return all of your weapons and let you all
By this evening?
go. Yes, it should only be a few hours from now. And if you are all found to be innocent, which it's looking like you are, we will most definitely reimburse you all for the time by a free night stay at the most reputable inn in the town.
Right. Oh, all right. That sounds sufficient.
And of course, yes, sorry, here. And he opens the door, and the guard's like, "Come with me, miss!"
Good day, sir. I get up and I leave.
Alright, as you're walking through the infirmary, you can see one of the guards is kind of like checking for the pulse on one of these individuals. He's like, there's no pulse. That's strange. And you're just led into the room where your friends are, and he opens the door and goes, please, you'll just step inside for the moment.
Alright, I step inside.
And closes the door, locks it, and then immediately takes his post beside the door. And you're all back together in this room.
How'd it go?
I immediately try the door.
Yeah, it's locked. It's locked.
They just lock.
We're under investigation.
Seems entirely unnecessary, but so be it.
Standard operating procedure.
It's all right. We will be okay. Busy. I'm really nervous. Did you smell anything funny in the other room?
Did I notice that as I
Nope.
walked by?
Nope.
I did not.
The rich Vinlock. Are you sure you smelled funny? Something funny?
Muted.
You're muted.
With a nose this wide, you can tend to pick up a few things. So, pretty sure.
I could try it one more time. He turns his back to the group a little bit. He skirts the chair around.
Okay.
And he's gonna do Divine Sense again.
Much stronger this time.
He lifts his hand and he wipes his eye a little bit.
And as you're doing that, you can hear one of the guards say, all the patients are dead. Did anyone see what happened?
He's gonna go to the door. Let me out!
Hold on, and as he's saying hold on, you see one of the
There's undead!
As he's saying hold on, he's looking through the window of the door. Just be still. Sorry, not a window. It's iron bars. He's like, just hold on. Hey, calm. Please be calm.
No,
And-
there's undead.
And
I
as
can
he's
sense
talking, you see two kind of people rise up from the beds and just saunter over, and one of them just grabs him by the throat and just rips his throat clean out, and arterial blood just sprays through the iron bars of the door and just all over your face. And as you're looking out, the guard falls backwards, and you all see blood just spray through the door. And you can hear commotion as all the guards start stand up and go, oh! And you can just hear the sounds of flesh being torn apart as all the people who weren't tied down start rising and attacking.
Against
Lindak
the wall,
jumps to
against
his
the wall.
feet. He's not
No,
going to
no,
stay
no.
sitting.
He presses his back up against the wall and listens.
Yeah, you just hear and then flesh being torn, and guards screaming and panicking, and then
Undead! Kill them! They're in here!
you guys see a guard run past the door, and all the guards are just kind of leaving the building.
Good. If we stay
Well.
put, we'll be okay.
Yeah,
And-
good thing we're in a locked room, I guess.
And you hear someone trying to unlock your door. Just a moment, I'll be getting you out in just
No.
just a
Oh.
tiff.
No.
And you hear
No, leave it!
And then you hear a this door unlocks, and as he opens it, come, and as he's saying come. He clutches his throat and just drops to the ground, and you guys see currently 3 ghouls kind of just standing that look like townsfolk, completely just changed. And
You said our weapons are in a box in
Yeah.
that room?
Immediately going for the keys.
all right, so the guard fell kind of towards the door as he opened it, so his body's kind of halfway in the room. The ghouls are about 10 feet behind him. There is one directly behind him, 5 feet. So in total there are 3 ghouls. 1 directly behind him, and then 2 about 10 feet back. And they're going. You can see the other ghouls that are in this room. As more people start getting onto the beds, they start going towards the captain's door, and he's like, "Oh, I don't have my weapons on me. Oh shit!" You can see he's panicking, and they're looking around what to do. And yeah, there's a body directly in the doorway. And you can see-
Does he have a weapon on him?
He does. He has a spear. And
Our weapons?
nope, just a spear. And
Our weapons are there in a box somewhere?
they're in a
you
locked
said?
chest outside the
Locked
room,
chest.
past the ghouls.
He's gonna pick up the spear.
Okay, you pick up the spear. The ghoul's and it starts to
Mhm.
it starts to lurch into the. It steps over the body, and it starts walking into the room, and it looks like the general store owner. Unfortunately, he's all
yeah.
undead. He's
Going for an attack on
all
him.
right, make an attack
he steps
roll
through.
on this ghoul.
Does spears have?
Cool.
Okay, I imagine it's just 5 feet.
And we're gonna have everybody roll
Use it as
initiative then.
melee. Okay. Do you want me to roll initiative first?
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody else can roll initiative as well.
Nice.
Well, do I get an attack first, or do you want me to roll initiative first?
You can make an attack first and then roll initiative.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, roll d20, add your attack modifier if you're proficient with a spear. If not,
Yeah, I added it. Oh, that's 21. 16 plus 5.
21 hits.
Cool.
It's and the tavern owner, the general store owner, lunges into the room.
Yeah,
and you just stab out with the spear at him. And there's there's 3 here. which means there's 12 of these ghouls trying to like get into the captain's quarter, like into his room, and he's like, "Oh!" You hear him screaming.
We're coming.
And yeah, so there's 12 there, and there's still like 2 more guards. There's like 2 more guards in here trying to like get their attention. Like, hey, over here!
My rolled max damage, so 11.
11
piercing.
You stab him in the chest, and you can see the spear just pierce through to the back, and he's like, bleh! And
Yeah, he doesn't have his shield. At
coagulated.
the moment, so.
It's already coagulated blood just gels and drops in globules out of the mouth. Yeah. So what everybody get for initiative? We'll go. And Enak, what'd you get?
God, this -1 on initiative is not cute. 12.
12. Talindra.
15.
Lindak.
I got it. Good.
9.
9. And Vinlock or Gravel,
19.
whichever name you want to go by. The stream overlay now says Gravel, so 19.
19.
Okay. So, sorry, that was 11 damage. The tavern owner does go or general store owner does go first with a 20 on initiative, and he's like, bleh! And he's going to lash out with a claw attack on Enak, just bleh! And then goes to slash across your throat like they've just been ripping throats. That is that's a 7 to hit. Just bleh!
Off the shield.
Dink. The fingernails hit the shield, and one of the fingernails completely like bends backwards, and just like completely just comes off the finger.
Gross.
That brings it to Vinlock. Gravel.
All right. Do I
So-
have to run by anybody to get out of
Just
here?
the one that's in front of Enak.
Okay.
The other 2 are still 10 feet back, slowly lumbering towards the room. The guard is lying dead in the doorway with the keys on him, and the chest is just outside the door to the left, 5 feet away.
Okay. So here's things I would like to do. Let me know if I can get them done.
Sure.
I would like to pick up the keys and open the chest and take out my weapon.
So it's an action to pick up the keys.
Okay.
Then it would be an action to unlock the chest. I'll say picking up your
Okay.
weapon is a free action. So
Okay.
action to grab keys, action to unlock the chest.
All right. And will there be any attacks of opportunity?
Just if you move past, just because you have to get outside the door to get to the chest, it'll be just the one that's engaged with Enak.
All right. So I will bonus action disengage to
Sure.
dodge,
Yep.
essentially like bob and weave past him.
Goes to swipe at you and it just over the top of your head.
Yeah. Grab the keys
All right.
and I'm at the lock.
The chest.
The thing, the chest.
So yeah, you're at the chest. The one ghoul seems preoccupied with Enak because they're ghouls. They're stupid. And there's other 2 that are about 10 feet away and they're lumbering in your direction. And the rest of them are trying to get into the captain's doors. There are 2 guards about 10 feet away as well, and they're like trying to get the guards away from their captain, or they get the ones away from their captain. That brings it to Tal.
Okay, I will cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Alrighty, on the one in the doorway.
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Alrighty, what is the save on that? Is
that
that a charmed condition for Tasha's Hideous Laughter?
Where would I see that? I'm not.
Should say in the spell, the creature's
I'll pull it
creature
up also.
affected.
I don't think so. A creature.
Wisdom saving throw. The target will succeed on a wisdom saving throw. It's incapacitated. With an intelligence, a creature with intelligence of 4 or less isn't affected. All right. It needs to make a wisdom saving throw because it will be affected. All right. Doesn't say anything about charmed, so okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Ugh, a zombie falling over laughing. Alrighty.
I'm not ready to hear that.
That is a 6. So it just drops to the floor, just and blood is just like pooling out of its mouth as it's laughing. It's currently incapacitated.
All right, and I'll give a as a bonus action. I'll inspire Lindak.
Alrighty. What does that look like? What do you do to inspire him?
Oh, I take out my violin and I do a little lick.
Alright. Linda,
Let's hear it.
Yeah.
Where's your violin? You gotta play
I have it on my back.
Alright.
Unless they took that.
They're joking. They mean like real life.
Yeah, like right now.
Alright.
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
I
Brogan.
believe
Only.
level 3 is a D6 of inspiration. Correct?
Or
D4?
Yeah, I believe so. A D6.
D6 of inspiration, Lindak. All right.
Alright.
Anything else?
No, that's
Action, bonus action. Alrighty. That'll bring it to another one of these ghouls who's going to use its movement speed to full movement speed to get up on Vinlock. Just. But only one can get within range of Vinlock, so the other one can't swarm him. It's just like within 5 feet of Vinlock, and it's just going to go for a bite attack down on Vinlock. Just. God. Bite attack, that's real bad. That's an 8 to hit. Just. And it like leans on a chomp on you, and it just bites into the chest instead. Just. And it pulls back, and 2 of its teeth get ripped out and are stuck into the wood of the chest.
Keep those.
That'll bring us to Enak. The one in front of you is like on the ground laughing, like.
So he's prone. is what you're telling
Incapacitated as
me.
well. So.
Cool. So he's gonna go ahead and he's gonna try to kill it, finish it. I guess you
Yeah,
could say.
incapacitated. So.
That's a natural 20. I rolled a natural 20 and
Oh.
a 4.
All right. So incapacitated. Yeah. So it's prone, so it's with advantage. So natural 20. That's a crit. So roll dice, roll damage, and then multiply it, and then add the modifier.
Okay.
Because we're using raw
okay.
critical rules now.
Is that okay, so that's 4 plus 5 is 9 times 2 is 18.
Oof, nice. You just you bring the spear down, and it just goes right between the eyes, and it stops wriggling and laughing. It is dead.
He pulls it free, and then he is there a way that he can get out of the room and allow the others to kind of have access, or is the other
easily,
okay?
Easily.
He's gonna try to flank if he can. Try to flank the other ghoul, where
one-
it's like Vinlock, the ghoul,
Yeah.
and then
Okay. So
Enak
we
behind
don't
him.
remember. We don't do flanking rules. So
yeah. No, he's
Okay.
just trying to get where
yeah.
Lindak or somebody could get.
All right,
Still,
so yeah, so you get out the door. There's immediately beside you. There's the ghoul that's attacking Vinlock. There's one still 10 feet away, approaching your direction, and then beyond that, there's still the guards that are strapped to the bed, and they're squirming trying to get out because they're now ghouls. And there is 12 ghouls kind of clustered on the door where the captain is, and you can sound like what here's like more guards coming.
okay,
Like the
Yeah,
guards
he's
that ran
gonna-
out went to go like get more.
get more. Okay, yeah, he's gonna hold that spot.
All
So
right.
try to.
Yep. So
He's gonna yell at the other one who's like not close enough yet. Ah.
So Lindak and Talindra can leave the room should they choose now.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else?
That's gonna be it.
That ghoul then is going to use its full movement speed of 30 feet to lumber right up towards you, and it's going to go for a claw attack, go like right for your throat, like it's been going for the others.
Gross.
Oh, 9 to hit. Just
You're halfway there.
yeah, just swipes out at you, and it kind of like slips in some of the blood, just and misses completely. Bringing us to Lindak.
All right. So Lindak's in this room. There's a guard, a zombie ghoul on the floor just
Dead.
outside the door.
That one's dead.
Okay. And
There's one immediately
is there an empty space 15 feet into that other room?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to manifest echo.
Okay. So you guys watch as this other version of Lindak just appears in the infirmary. Just
That's a bonus action.
correct. It also appears with no weapons.
Yeah.
Watch it.
And he is the echo is going to move as far towards the weapons lockbox as he can get.
Won't be able to reach it because Vinlock, the ghoul, and Enak are kind of blocking the path towards it. Vinlock's
Okay, but I
closest to the-
can get somewhat closer to it.
Not really. It's kind of in like a little alcove, and Vinlock's there, the ghoul's there, and Enok's right behind that ghoul.
All right. Lindak himself is going to step out the door, like over the dead body.
Okay.
Is there anyone near me?
There is a ghoul within 5 feet that is attacking Enak.
All right, unarmed strike, I guess.
All right, you just walk out of the room and just punch it in the face. Make an attack roll.
Decking ghouls. Just decking ghouls in the head.
22 to hit.
22. You just
Nice.
and you punch this ghoul straight in the face. You guys hear like this nose get like break. What's your unarmed strike damage?
That'll be 3 points bludgeoning damage.
3 points of bludgeoning damage. You just crack it right in the face. Just anything else? Bonus action, action, movement. Okay, that brings us to the top with a ghoul that was just killed in the doorway. So that brings us to Vinlock.
Does he remember which key was used? How is it? A ring of keys, or is it like?
It's a ring of keys.
All right.
There's 5 keys.
Can I tell?
You cannot roll
Okay.
me.
Locksmith.
Oh, right,
That is true.
right.
Come on, play it into backstory.
Give me a free perception check with advantage.
Okay. All right. With
Or
advantage.
investigation.
First one was a 15. Second one was a natural 20.
Peace.
Yeah, you find the key without issues. Just, oh, this looks right.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep, and
That takes my action.
action to unlock the chest. You can open
Okay.
it, and all the weapons are there. I said you can use a free action to grab one of your weapon to grab a weapon.
Okay.
Throw me mine.
That doesn't mean. Yeah, that doesn't do me anything though. Is there any way that instead of grabbing mine,
Mm-hmm.
I can grab? I mean, Enak has a weapon.
He has a spear currently.
Lindak, I just saw
Punch a ghoul.
deck a thing.
Yep.
Is there? I would know what Lindak's weapon looks like, correct?
Just a sword.
Yeah, it was a longsword, and he had a crossbow and a.
That's it.
Okay.
All right. Seeing as it's pretty close quarters, can I grab this longsword and toss it to Lindak with movement and bonus action?
I'll
I'm
say
not quite sure what
Without
if
using
that's
movement
possible.
or bonus action, I'll say you can just use a bonus action to slide it under the ghoul's feet and get it to Lindak,
Okay.
because that makes more sense.
Yeah. And then with my movement, I'm just gonna.
Okay. All right. That brings it to Talindra.
Muted.
You're still in the room.
So, are these ghouls? Are they commoners or are they guards?
These ones are commoners. The guards are still strapped to the bed.
So they don't have any kind of armor or anything
Nope,
on them.
they are just commoners.
Okay.
The
Then
guard ghouls might be a little more difficult to take down because they're wearing armor.
yeah.
Good thing they're tied
Unfortunately,
up.
I can't do my
Yeah.
spell on them.
Yeah.
I mean, you
So-
could take out those.
Sorry. The two that are still alive. Where are they?
One is so you're still in the room, so you can't see the one because that is currently in between Vinlock and and Enak.
Okay.
Man, so many ox. And then the other one you can see through the doorway because it is up on Lindak, who just punched it in the face.
Okay, I'll do. Since I can see that one, I'll do another Tasha's Hideous Laughter. All of that
Alrighty.
one.
16.
Oh.
So it just
Damn.
yeah resists the effect.
So-
And just
Versus that one. Okay. Well, that sucks.
and this commoner is just a nondescript man with a big burly mustache and muscles. He's very muscular.
Okay. And if I sort of move towards the box or the chest rather.
So you can't get anywhere near the chest because there's currently a lot of people in that area. You can
Okay.
still leave the room though. There's a lot of room still in the infirmary to kind of move around and stuff. Just the chest area is
Okay, I'll leave the room to get to a place where I can see both of the
Oh, yeah.
ghoul.
easily done.
Yeah.
You
okay,
basically
I'll
just need
do
to
that.
step out the door and then kind of move around a bit. All right.
That's my turn.
That brings it to the one on Vinlock. It's like, and it's gonna claw at Vinlock.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that hits. That's 22 to hit, 18 plus
Yeah.
4.
Neat.
So it
yeah.
slashes into your chest.
Yep.
You're like, and then yeah, it claws across the chest. Okay. You take 7 slashing damage, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, as you can feel this like venom going through your veins.
Constitution saving throw.
Correct.
4.
4. Vinlock, you feel this venom like going through your veins, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. But it's just
Paralyzed.
Yes, claws into you, and you're just like
I'm dead.
you're paralyzed. 7 slashing damage.
I know.
But I'm dead.
That brings it to Enoch. Enoch, you see this ghoul slash across Vinlock's chest, and he like, kind of just like freezes up, and yeah, you're right behind this one.
Okay, so I'm trying to think logically here. So could I sidestep around to get technically where Vinlock is?
Unfortunately, no. It's an alcove, so the wall
Okay.
and everything kind of makes him a little snug in there.
Cool.
Vinlock is small, so you should be able to occupy the same space as him unless...
You can't get around
Right?
the ghoul.
No?
Yeah, it's trying to.
Alright.
Okay. Fuck. Yeah, he's gonna go for not my buddy, and he's gonna stab.
All right, give me
Knows me a lock.
yeah, give me an attack roll.
Oh my fucking god, that's another natural 20.
Damn. Yeah.
My.
Same as
Oh,
before.
blue dice is
So you just,
killing it
you
today.
stab Vinlock. You're like paralyzed, and you just see this spear just come out through its torso, just. And there's like a little bit of intestine dangling off the blade.
Yeah. My mouth is frozen open, so it's just like...
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get the blood.
Some of the coagulated like jelly just like lands on your lip.
That was 16. I rolled 3
Oh,
plus 5 is
that
8
almost
times
took
2.
it. That almost took it down. It's like, "Bleh," and then there's globules of blood kind of pepper
Piss.
across
Angry.
Vinlock's lips. Anything else? Okay.
No, it's gonna be it.
Alrighty then. That'll bring us to the one that Lindak just punched in the face. It's gonna bleh, and it's gonna claw at Lindak. Oh, man, what the hell? 8 to hit.
No.
Just and you're just like bob and weave. Bringing it to you, Lindak. There's one.
I am going to
Oh,
bend down and pick up my sword.
Yep, that's a free action. I'll let you. That be a free action. You bend down, pick up your sword.
And okay, so there's still 2 left, one
You
in
can-
front of me and
you
one
can
over
only-
by Vinlock.
You can only reach the one in front of you, unfortunately.
Yeah. And all right, longsword him.
Go for it.
13 to hit.
13 does hit. This is the big burly ghoul with the big like mustache, and you just swing your sword at it. And remember, you still have your echo.
Yep, I remember.
Okay.
10 plus 2, 12 points
Oof,
of damage.
Nice. You like slash at this thing, and it's a near decapitation, but in this swing, you definitely like cleave off some of the low-hanging mustache. Just.
And
And its head like almost comes off, but it's barely attached. So there's just like the windpipe, and it's like letting out these weird like.
it's still alive.
Still alive, but barely.
Okay, then in that case, I am going to teleport. I'm going to swap places with my echo,
Sure. You guys will see this
And-
happen. Just
and that's the end of my turn.
okay. So now the
Oh,
echo
actually,
is,
sorry, I still have movement left,
correct.
right?
Yes.
So I'm going to move towards the one that's left, not the one I just hit, but the other one.
All right. You still can't reach it with an
No,
attack.
that's fine. I just
Okay.
want to move towards it. I only have about 15 feet I can move in.
Alrighty. That brings us to Vinlock. You are currently paralyzed, so you can't do anything because you're incapacitated. All you can do is make the saving throw at the end of your turn. A Constitution saving throw.
Constitution again, huh?
Correct.
Whew. Good. I rolled a 17 plus 1.
Succeeds.
Nice.
DC was 10, so you
Oh.
you break free of the paralysis, but unfortunately it's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's it.
And that'll bring us to Talindra. You
Okay.
can see both ghouls, and yeah, you can see both of these ghouls. They both
Ghouls,
look real
and-
bad.
And there's still no room to get my weapons, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. I look at is one of the ghouls closer to me?
The one that is currently, that just got slashed by Lindak, and now a copy of Lindak is standing in front of it.
Okay, I'll yell at that one. Look at you! You look disgusting! And I do vicious mockery.
Let me check something. All right. What language you say that in?
Ah, shit. I was gonna do it in common.
All right. You do it in common, and it seems to understand you.
Okay, good.
Vicious Mockery. It needs to make a saving throw, correct?
Yeah, it's wisdom 13.
Ugh, 9.
Yeah, so I do a very minimal amount of damage to it.
Might be all you need.
Ooh.
And this is the one that's in front of Lindak's Echo, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What's this one? Yeah.
2 damage.
2 damage. One of its
Super
eyeballs.
useful.
One of its eyeballs kind of just like. And it's psychic, correct?
That would make sense.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the eyeballs just goes and just bursts in the eye socket and sprays all over Lindak's Echo. Just eye jelly. Anything else? Remember,
No.
Lindak, you're still inspired.
Right. Yep.
No, there's nothing else. I got.
Alrighty, that'll bring us to the one in front of little gravel, and it's like, and it's gonna turn around and slash at Enak for I don't think that's gonna do it. A 16 to hit.
Nope.
It's like, and it slashes out at you, and it just digs its claws into the shield and tears out like a chunk of wood, like just rivets in the shield.
Vinlock's just spitting.
And that brings us to Enak. It's staring right at you now.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna shank.
Go for
He's
it.
gonna attempt to stab it. Okay, that's not
So
the best.
you pull the spear out from it because it still has a spear in it. You pull the spear out. There's a bit of intestine hanging on the edge of the spear.
He tries to feed it back to him. That's a 16 to hit.
16 hits. So you just right into the mouth with the spear. Just.
Oh, I rolled real crap damage. 5 damage.
Oh man, it had 6 hit points. So you stab it in the head, but it's not like a vital organ you hit. It goes like out through the back of the throat, just, and then you pull the spear in it gravel. You just see the spear come out through the back of its neck and just, and the tongue is kind of attached to the tip of the spear. And then you pull the spear out, and there's a tongue wriggling on the end of it.
Oh, these visuals. He's gonna hold position there.
Okay. That'll bring us to the one in front of Lindak. And it's just going... These are ghouls, man. Not super intelligent. It's going to... and slash at the Echo for a... 15 to hit.
Nope.
Just slashes at the Echo.
Misses.
Bring it to Lindak.
Lindak is going to move closer to the one, not that one, the other one.
Okay.
I'm not sure who he's close to. The one that is it close to Vinlock or?
Yeah, it's Vinlock and Enak that's kind of both flanking it.
Okay, and he's going to sword that one. He's going to move up to it. How close can I get?
Be able to reach that one with an attack still because of how the alcove is set up. You can only attack the one that your Echo's in front of.
Really? How big is this room?
It's big, but the chest is kind of in a little alcove, hidden. And Vinlock and the Ghoul and Enak are kind of blocking that whole passage off.
And they're not within 30 feet of me?
They are within 30 feet, but you just won't be able to get an attack onto the Ghoul where it's stationed.
Oh.
Vinlock and the ghoul are like in the alcove,
Yeah.
and then I'm kind of blocking it like a door,
Yes.
essentially, like a boulder in
gotcha.
the way.
All right, then he is going to.
There is still the one.
How far am I away from the one that I had been hurting?
Based on how far you had your Echo go and you switch places, 10 feet roughly.
Okay, then I am just going.
And there's still like the 12 that are trying to like get into the captain's quarters that are about 15 feet behind you.
Yeah. Okay, so that one's 10 feet away from me.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll move back the 10 feet and I'll sword it.
All right, so you come up from behind to this one.
And that'll be 18.
18 definitely hits. You move past Talindra and you just ram the sword into the back of this one.
All right. And that'll be 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You run up, you sweep your sword, and you just bisect this ghoul in half. Its innards kind of spill out, and its muck spills out as it just splashes onto the floor. Some of the muck gets on Talindra's shoes, just the puddle that it makes. Anything else?
Yeah. I am going to move my other 20 feet towards the officer's office.
Okay, there are 12 of those ghouls kind of
Yeah,
banging
I'm not
on
getting.
the door.
How far are they? They're not that close, right?
They're 10 feet away from where you moved away from. So from where you are
They're
now,
that close?
they're from where you are now, they're, I'll say, 20 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to move 5 feet towards them.
Okay.
And then I am going to manifest Echo again as a bonus action and put it right where they are.
Okay.
And the other one disappears when I make a new one.
Correct.
And that's my turn.
Alrighty. That brings us back to the top with Vinlock. It's turn. This ghoul's turned away from you now, and it's focused on Enak.
Yeah. Still not great.
You notice that Talindra's kind of been struggling too, yeah?
She's just been like casting spells and stuff, yeah.
He's gonna see if he can't get her weapon.
Okay. What was Talindra's weapon?
I have a dagger and I have a rapier. But the last thing he saw me use was the rapier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually both, because I was using both.
We
Actually.
can only give you one weapon back at a time.
Yeah. So up to
He's
him.
just gonna see the rapier and then whoosh.
Alright, slides the rapier on the floor towards you. You can pick it up as an action, or as a free action on your next turn.
Okay.
So do you still want that to count as a bonus action, or would you say that counts as his action?
I'll say you can do that as a bonus action.
Okay. Well then for my action, gosh, I really can't afford to get hit.
This thing looks like it's on death's door.
Yeah, but if I miss, plus yeah, there's all these other things here, and like I went and grabbed her weapon. I couldn't just grab my weapon too, right?
If you want to grab your weapon too, I'll say that's an action.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna use my action to dodge.
Okay. And that's, I can't remember dodge is. That's disadvantage on an attack?
Yes,
Okay,
I
cool.
believe so. When you take the dodge action, you focus entirely on avoiding attacks until the start of your next turn. Any attack roll made against you has disadvantage if you can see the attacker, and if you make a dexterity saving throw with advantage. If you
Okay,
lose
cool.
this benefit if you are incapacitated or if your speed drops to 0.
All right.
Okay.
That brings it to Talindra then. This rapier slides to your feet. And unfortunately, where you are, you can't reach the other ghoul that's standing. But there are the 12 banging on the captain's quarters doors, but those are 12 of them.
How far is the one that's standing from me?
20 feet maybe, but you wouldn't be able to get a melee attack on it because it's kind of blocked off.
I see. Okay.
Unless you throw your
Damn.
rapier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Improvised weapon.
Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, so then I'll it's looking pretty low, right?
Oh yeah. It's looking
Okay.
real rough.
All right, I'll just do another vicious mockery for the moment.
Okay. What's your vicious
Like,
mockery?
look at you, you're pathetic.
That's a 19.
Damn it! Why do they have all such good wisdom all of a sudden? Before it was,
They have a +0 to their wisdom.
oh man. Okay, so that does that just do nothing then? I guess it
Yeah,
is.
it does nothing.
Yeah, it just does nothing. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Trips.
Then I'll walk. I'll move as close as I can get and try to,
Okay.
look for an opening.
All right. That'll bring it to its turn, and it's gonna claw at Enak again. Just.
Which?
Nope. 14 to hit. Just keeps clawing rivets into your shield, bringing it to you, Enak.
Okay.
It's like its tongue is like on the tip of your spear. A bit of its intestine is. It's like.
Yeah, he's just gonna finish it. I mean, there's really nothing.
Yeah, make an
I was
attack
hoping
roll.
Talindra would have finished it with that vicious mockery, but sadly.
That's 1 hit point. So yeah, make an attack roll.
Yeah, it's 15.
15 hits. So you just you stab it in between the eyes, and it just
Bullet free.
goes limp and just. I was gonna see if it fell backwards or forward. It falls towards you, Enak, and just kind of slumps into your chest.
Shoved it off with the shield. Yeah, he's gonna turn to face the others, and
just
he's gonna
over
ready
there,
he's gonna ready the spear to throw it at some point.
Okay, and that brings us to Lindak.
Can Lindak reach the box now?
Still no,
I'm
because
still
Enak
I'm still standing in the
Vinlock
way.
are still there.
All right, then he is going to use his echo to attack the nearest ghoul
Right.
that's at the doorway there.
Make an attack roll. I don't. Oh yeah, because you made a new one, so it does have a sword.
It has whatever I have. yeah.
Yes, correct.
16 to hit,
16 hits.
5 points of damage.
5 points. So the echo just slashes the back of one of these ghouls, and the ghoul goes. "Bleh." And you guys can all see the 12 ghouls lose their interest in the captain's quarter door, and they all start to turn around. And just as they all start to turn around, because this is a short campaign sessions, that's where we're going to end it for the week.
All right, so last time we stopped with a bunch of guards pointing spears at us. This time we got a dozen ghouls on us.
The
Yup.
guards, the
Alrighty.
guards did run for help, though. So
That's true.
Okay.
There's 4 of us.
Charge
12
to the
ghouls is
room and
nothing.
hide. Funnel them in. We'll get a nice layer of ghoul.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty much my human shield. I'm stuck in a nook.
Yeah, I mean, I got you. Don't worry.
yeah, you're currently you're fine. The ghouls can't reach you if the big ones are blocking you in there.
Yeah, I got it. I have
Yeah.
2 things that'll keep me up, hopefully.
Man, I wish these sessions were so short, but that's how she goes. So, thanks for watching, everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. And if you're listening to this when we get it to the podcast format, big old thumbs up. Thank you so much. That was episode 2 of the Legends of Wildemount. If you can't tell yet, it looks like this might be taking on more of like an arc kind of feel to it. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for playing. We'll be back next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But till then, have a good night, everybody. We'll be back in about half an hour, 45 minutes for Beneath the Tides, episode 61 of Beneath the Tides. And I implore you, come check it out, because the party might be going to the second layer of the 9 Hells. So, good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.